Hey, what's up everybody? Today I have Ashwin Lalendren with me today. He is the founder of MPowered and I'm really excited to share his story. Ashwin, do you mind giving a quick intro about your background and where you're from?
Yeah, so I'm an engineer. I went to University of Michigan.
Go Blue.
Yeah, go Blue, and finished up there and moved out to Dayton, Ohio. And I was working at the Air Force Research Lab for a couple years, and then moved out here to the Bay Area to work at Apple. And then I've just left Apple about a year ago and working on some personal projects now.
So I know that you founded MPowered, which is one of Michigan's premier entrepreneurship organizations. How did you come up with the idea, and why did you feel like it was so necessary to have an organization like this at Michigan?
First thing was, sometimes it's just very simple stuff. It's just bringing people, like-minded people together, and that in itself adds value. So that was sort of the first problem, a sort of first product that we developed for the College of Engineering for students. And then the second product was, okay, now once you're looking for internships, you're looking for jobs, that's sort of what every single student, whether they be undergraduate or graduate student, is looking for. How can you bring startups as part of the mix? And there was sort of this void in the marketplace where you were only having the large corporations coming to interview students. Mm-hmm. And so that was sort of our big second product, is how can we bring startups? And it's great for startups too. So in general, we were trying to find the criteria for a successful product was where everyone wins. The entrepreneurial community wins, the faculty wins, the administration wins, and the students win, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And sort of the common thread was entrepreneurship.
And the project that you ran was the Startup Career Fair, right?
Yep.
Bringing together companies and offering Michigan talent for these companies.
Exactly.
So in year one, what were some of the big challenges that you faced when you were trying to start up a new organization, an unproven organization at Michigan?
I think initially it was brand. We were trying to portray entrepreneurship as this sort of counterculture, this sort of non-corporate path,
yeah,
right? Of pursuing, whether you're in school or finishing school. And so we started, everything from our logo to the way we communicated with people was sort of projecting this counterculture sort of approach.
So at a higher level, what do you think the value of entrepreneurship is? What do you think it brings to the world and I guess society as a whole?
I think it's a way of thinking, because the way I see entrepreneurship is it's not something that it's not just starting up a company, or it's not just building up intellectual property. It's finding some void in the marketplace and bringing and building something to satisfy that void. Mm-hmm. And you can do that at Facebook, you can do that at Apple, you can do that at the University of Michigan, you can do that at the Air Force, you can do that at a small company. And so I think it's that way of thinking. I think, and now I look back sort of 10 years, I mean, just the two of us, right?
Yeah.
Is you see that those same ingredients, the people that came out of MPowered, it's that speed of thinking, speed of acting, and sort of the, not disrespect, but it's sort of the status quo, questioning the status quo. Awesome.
So quick segue then into your time at Apple. What did you do at Apple?
So I got hired at Apple on the Maps team, and I loved that experience. I mean, I got hired in to join the hardware team we were building hardware and camera sensors that were getting installed into aircrafts. And there was a feature at the time called Maps Flyover. And it was basically this 3D view of the world of the Big Ben, of the Statue of Liberty, the Golden Gate Bridge, and cities across the world. And the way we were doing that was we were flying aircrafts.
That's awesome.
Manned aircrafts all of these big cities, and capturing imagery and then stitching all that data together into this three-dimensional
So you were
world.
actually just flying over all these cities and just taking thousands of pictures of all the places?
Yeah, and so my team, the team that I joined, was to build the hardware systems that got installed. And I came from a background of building sensor systems for UAVs and drones. Mm. And so this was sort of a natural sort of evolution of that.
So I know a lot of people that live in South Bay, they live here for a year and then they decide, hey, I'm gonna move to the city because I feel like San Francisco has a faster vibe, a more enticing culture and whatnot. But you did the opposite. You moved from San Francisco down to South Bay. Can you talk about that transition and why you made that move?
Yeah, so I mean, I moved from Dayton, Ohio,
Yeah.
so a very small city, relatively speaking, to San Francisco. And part of, I mean, one, I've always loved Apple and their products, so I mean, yes, I moved out here for the job, but I also moved out here to live in a big city.
Yeah.
And I love Dayton as well. But and so even though the commute was really long, it was sometimes like 2 hours each way between Cupertino and San Francisco. Part of I wanted to live in a big city, and I love the variety in restaurants. I like the diversity in people, and I sort of tolerated the commute.
Have you ever sent a text to the wrong person?
Yes.
What's your favorite dance move?
Recently, the waltz.
If you could make one rule for a day that everyone had to follow, what would it be?
They don't bring their phone.
Your kitchen utensil, what one? Oh, that was a good one.
The spoon.
Would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
Third arm.
You're given an option to go streaking during the Michigan-Ohio State football game. If you do it, you get $1 million, but you also have a 50-50 chance of being arrested. What do you do?
Definitely go, but not for the $1 million.
Okay, hell yeah, I love it. Can you go a week without your phone or laptop?
Yes.
Do you think there are aliens out there?
Yes.
You have a time machine that allows you to change one thing in history. What is it?
Pangea.
What's the most expensive piece of clothing you've ever bought?
Shoes.
How much?
$100.
Sweet. So, Ashwin, final question then. If you had one piece of advice that you could give all the people watching right now, what would that be?
This is the advice I give myself, but I remind myself with, is to treat every sort of change independent of each other.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because you have success in one domain does not sort of guarantee success in the next, right? In the next challenge, and vice versa. If you have failure in one area, it does not guarantee failure in the next area.
Yeah.
And so I think that keeps you both humble and open-minded, but it also gives you confidence that when you do fail, it's just a fresh start in the next time around.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ashwin. Really appreciate your time. I think this was amazing. I really enjoyed hearing your story. If you guys want to check him out, he has a Twitter. All right, what's up, everybody? Want to say thanks again to Ashwin for his time. Dave, thanks for the camera help. This has been a lot of fun. I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, tune in for Humans of Silicon Valley every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Peace.